I think I deserve a break from comic book stuff for at least one day. Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Asha from Asha Media TV, and if you are new here, welcome, bienvenue. And if you're not new and you're one of my subscribers, thank you very much for your support. I'm actually loving some of the really cool comments coming on to some of my videos, and some of the very interesting comments that I can't tell if you're trying to insult me or not, but that's okay. I love bombing nonetheless, because to me, if it's not very direct, and I don't know any better, I try to be a good sport about it. That's my style. Either way, thank you very much for tuning in. So, if you've noticed the title, I've decided to do something I've never really done before, and that is jump into a TV show completely blind. Completely blind. I'm going to watch the first episode from the first season of The Expanse. I know nothing about this show. I really mean it. Nothing. About 2-3 years ago, I was recommended to watch it because I'm a big fan of Battlestar Galactica, and I like that kind of sci-fi stuff in space. You know, if there's aliens, vampires, werewolves, witches, I'm gonna try to watch it, okay? And so I never got around to it, and I just kept hearing so much hype about it, and I've been very fortunate not to have anything spoiled. I did recognize one of the actors on the show is in one of my favorite cult classics, The Covenant. And I think he's in Sky High as well. Y'all know that movie? I love that movie. Anyways, but yeah, I saw his face in something, and I was like, well, oh, what's that? And then I realized it was The Expanse, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna finally try to watch this show. And as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I need a break from comic book stuff because more comic book stuff is going to be coming up, especially with Zack Snyder's Justice League just a few days away. And I've got so much stuff wrapped around Superman with me and my other videos and all that. So I'm like, okay, let's try to kind of branch away from the comic book stuff and get back into one of my other favorite types of genre, which of course is science fiction. So I don't know anything about this show. I really don't. And I'm going in here blind. I'm literally going to read the premise that my streaming service describes. And then you're just going to watch me react without really knowing what I'm really watching. I just hope I like it because, I mean, there's so much praise for this show. Some of my favorite YouTubers who review material like this, they've said nothing but great stuff. So I have high expectations. All right, so what does the premise say? The premise says here, episode 1, season 1, the disappearance of rich girl turned political activist Julie Mao links the lives of Ceres, detective Joe Miller, accidental ship captain James Holden, and UN politician. Oh my God, I can't read. Christian Avasarala. Sorry, I'm terrible at names like that. Amidst political tension between Earth, Mars, and the Belt, they unravel the single greatest conspiracy of all time. Ooh, okay, so it's a thriller. And it's interesting because here I'm on my streaming service here, and it says fantasy science fiction. Okay, so I'm already intrigued with that. Conspiracy in space. It seems to be, from the pictures I'm seeing here, astronauts. I don't know. I'm just assuming that right now the person watching this video, I'm talking to you, you've already seen The Expanse, so spoilers ahead as I narrate a little bit of my thoughts as I'm watching the episode. And if you are a huge fan of the show, please don't be a meanie and spoil episode 2 and episodes afterwards that I may be interested in watching. That would really, really be a bummer, and let's just say I won't be kind to you in the comments. Alright guys, let's just get this moving and start reacting. Ready? Let's do this. What can I say? Alright, in the 23rd century, humans have colonized the solar system. The UN controls Earth. Like the actual UN? Mars is an independent military power. The inner planets depend on the resources of the asteroid belt. Belters. They're called belters. Live and work in space. In the belt, air and water are more precious than gold. For decades, tensions have been rising. Earth, Mars, and the belt are now on the brink of war. All it will take is a single spark. She's hiding. Are they shooting her upside down? Wow. Okay, she's imprisoned. Is there gravity where she is? I don't think so. She's floating about. Okay. Water. Oh, that's nice visual. One drop of water, huh? Man, this would suck. But to be stuck in a place like that. Yeah, girl. Get the hell out. Okay. I'm assuming she's on a ship. She was trapped in that space for a bit. She's out of it now, and she's walking about, and she's now picking up a weapon, because I guess there's danger on the ship. And I saw blood. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, is this a horror? I didn't sign up for horror, okay. Wow. Okay, I'm loving the visuals in this so far. This is top notch. Grade A. Beauty. Ooh. What the hell did I just see? Did she get... Okay. It looks like somebody being eaten by a plant? Or something. Ate them. Alright. I love how no matter what world we build in science fiction media, there's always, you know, the element that reflects Earth situations. His accent's very interesting. Trying to narrow it down. South African?
What is
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Oh, he's a traitor. It sounds like an endearing name, though. Welwella. Welwella. But it means traitor, okay. Is that a language for the show or an actual real life language? I'm assuming a language for the show. I'm just gonna assume that for now.
very good in that corner.
He's familiar with those spaces. Ugh, that was gross.
What does she mean?
That must cost a fortune to get the blood out of the rug, though.
Okay.
You know, this kind of reminds me of just brief moments of The Fifth Element for some reason. So that's a belter look or style.
Probably a ward of the station. So even if he disguises
Bone
himself,
density
it's just
juice. All right, we are going to some serious world building.
Lunch break's over.
Okay, so far I'm gathering this is a language for the belters. Because his accent's very similar to the other dude's accent. Ah! How do I not remember this actor's name? He's iconic. He's like in so many Canadian sci-fi shows. And it'll come to me like literally days later, out of nowhere. I'll be cooking and I'll just remember his name. Is that a Starbucks? Just kidding. Bon cop, bad cop. That humidifier on the table, it'd be really interesting. She's like, Alexa. I don't know. Random thoughts, okay, people? Random thoughts go through my head.
Why do the parents want her found?
Alright, so that's that same lady from the beginning.
Her embarrassing the old man. It's all in the file.
Okay, so that's the rich girl who went missing. Duh. Ooh, god damn. Oh my gosh! Oh, that's a terrible way to lose your arm. And I like how it's just do-do-do-do-do in space. Somebody's getting busy. Who would not want to experience getting spicy in space like that? Mm-hmm. Oh, and that's that Chiquita from Being Human, the US version. Oh, I'm terrible remembering people's names when I need to remember their names. Another one of my favorite shows, by the way. UK version as well.
Still got a few nerves though. Shed's been telling me how the prosthetics gonna
Wow, he handled that really well. And I know that guy from Road Trip. That's a million years ago. Oh. Lots of eye candy for a lady like me. Can't complain. I'm shallow like that, people. I will literally watch a show just for hot people. Sometimes. Only for hot people. It's terrible, but it is what it is. That would freak me out if, like, the elevator is glitchy like that. Oh, she just gave him the hand! For me, this just spells claustrophobia. That's way too of a tight space. Camera angling and shots, though, are pretty damn cool. Ugh. Nor do I. Well, gosh. I don't want another jump scare. Please just make it straightforward. Somebody's drawing trees. A lot of trees. Trees, trees, trees everywhere. That's an old dude. Is he drunk?
You know what I just...
Okay, literally I'm seeing a whole cast of people I know from other stuff, and I can't remember none of their names. This guy is from Community. That's what I remember him from.
Why couldn't we have brought more light?
Is he drunk or high? Or both? Alright, he's in some form of psychosis, it seems.
Face it, this is your home. It's your family. Is this where we hug? So why haven't you moved on?
Please hug.
Because no one tried to push an XO badge on me. I like
I'll hug you.
Evolve or...
That's how I actually would love to die. Big smile on my face.
Someday you'll tell me that story.
right after you tell me the story about those.
I wonder if there's a McDonald's on the belt. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
I don't care about your past.
For like
Everybody on the
5
camp's hiding
minutes.
from something.
What the hell were they doing way out there?
We're obligated to check it out.
Well aware of the statutes, my guard.
Are they gonna find pods that might open up? No.
It's Pirate Bay.
One of these days, it's gonna be us stranded out there.
You just called it then. Chain of command, like it or not. Let's see who's gonna rebel.
No.
I think it's not. I mean, it just seems like somebody's being set up to rebel against his order. It'd be funny if it's actually him, the second in command there. I didn't even get the character's name. Because so far in my mind, he's haughty.
Sucking up for that XO badge.
I like how the exercise machine looks very much like the 21st century. It's like, did you get that on the shopping channel?
Hey, there's right now, there's later. Why worry about later, right?
That's my philosophy.
Come on, Jim, lie down. I promise I won't lay a finger on you.
Liar. I know I'd be lying.
I'll buy you a bottle in series.
I'll settle for a good cup of coffee.
What? I'd have been like, I'll take the bottle. And maybe the coffee too. Oh. Rat. That's right. Leave it alone. Don't do anything. He's just ratting. Rat's gonna rat. Okay, I am so slow. I just realized what it is. It's the ship of the missing girl. That's her distress call. I'm sure that was obvious. Well, at least I got it, rather than like wait till the end of the episode and I'm like, like usual. Who's this lady? Nice digs. What? Kid, you are going to pay.
This calls for tickling.
Oh, she rather tickle.
Mama, do you have to go?
Yes, I do. I'm sorry. There's someone I need to talk to.
She has the most sultry voice.
10 hours.
Okay, this is the part I'm not understanding. Okay, he's a prisoner.
You were carrying contraband stealth technology.
Ah, okay.
What was it for?
I'm getting it. I'm getting it. To kill you Earthers.
If that's all you can manage. Hey.
So are all Belters male? And
Give another 10 hours.
look similar to him? Because they all kind of had a similar look. Or and they had that tattoo and all that. And okay.
It was logged with HQ by some anonymous piece of shit do-gooder aboard this ship.
Somebody has a soul.
I just called it that he would do something like that, and he did.
Is there a problem, XO? Active XO.
The one who caused this situation, sir.
I ain't going nowhere, no how.
Alex, bring the beacon out on our way and let's...
I think I'm laughing because I think that would be my response too.
Naomi, how's the night?
She's one leaky lifetime. She should be able to manage 50,000.
Okay, so she's got those tattoos too, so she's a Belter. Alright, these are identifying marks of Belters. That's what I'm understanding. And she's female. So, okay. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't know. You're watching with me, aren't you?
Here it comes.
The realism of this is so fascinatingly awesome because I feel like this is so, I don't know, I feel like could happen right now. This is happening in this moment. I can imagine like being like in a very steep roller coaster times 10 maybe in space. So is that like a version of jump speed or light speed travel? Is that what was presented? For a pilot episode, the cinematography is dope AF.
If your girlfriend logged that distress call, she's gonna be living it down for a long time.
I love how nobody suspects it's him.
I did it.
Oh, let me just tell her then. Okay.
Just couldn't shake it.
I'd keep that to myself if I were you.
Thank you, lady. Smart lady. That's what I would say.
So just for the record, guys, I don't want to be here right now.
You see, it seems off. You pack up the toys and come on home. No, you don't, Scott. Good luck.
What are they gonna find? I mean, it's supposed to be, what, the biggest conspiracy of all time? Are we gonna find that out in the first episode? Or is this something that prolongs to the season finale? Guess gonna find out. Music sounds the same like today's music.
She's off the clock.
You can tell me that.
What? Girl's gotten made. She's like, excuse me, next. Freighter Scopoli. Scopuli.
Config matches the registry information. It's definitely the scopuli.
Scopuli. Okay.
What about that thing that looks like a big hole in the side?
Leda says it's a big hole in the side.
Straightforward.
No one's gonna know if we set foot on that thing.
He's right.
We bolt like hell and melt anything behind us in the slag.
Good plan, Oz.
All right, I'll go in and poke around.
Ghostbusters! That's what this is reminding me of. It's like they're going on a ghost ship or something. Speaking of ghost ship, Event Horizon. Ugh, I cannot watch that movie ever again. I have a feeling there's going to be a jump scare.
It wasn't a torpedo. A breaching charge did that.
Okay, I'm just going to say it's aliens. Like actual extraterrestrial creatures. Just to make myself feel like a little less nervous that something's just going to pop up out of nowhere.
Reactor wasn't killed by the blast.
Mobility seems quite slow though, so if something did
So if everyone's dead, who turned it off?
come up, how quickly could they get out of there? This is neat.
And they left all the pressure doors open.
Huh. Very nice visual to see them communicate like that. What's that? What's that? What's that? Ah! Oh. Told you guys. I don't want to actually end up squealing or screaming. And I will, and it's embarrassing, and I'll have to edit it out because I don't want you to see that. But then it's not authentic, is it?
Hey guys. Where are all the bodies at?
Oh my gosh, if they end up in some room and all the bodies are just floating dead and blood kind of dripping in the atmosphere. Ugh. I don't want this to be like, you know, Alien / Event Horizon type thing, because I don't know if I can handle that. Well, I can handle it, I'm just saying, I just don't like jump scares. Okay. Calm down, Asha, calm down.
Ship just appeared near your location.
Like it just manifested out of thin air? Or thin space? Interesting. Alright. This show had my curiosity and now it has my attention. It's aliens. It's some kind of alien life. Aliens from Mars, maybe?
It's a cute kid.
How old?
2.5.
2.5? That kid looks like she's 4.
How about you? Any kids?
Yeah, no. I miss that boat.
CG bird, fly away. His character, though, this detective guy, it is a bit on the cliche side of things, but his performance is alright. It's making me forgive it.
We had an understanding, detective. An arrangement. You can't tell it was a mistake.
Okay, I missed something. What's going on? Why is he doing that? Okay, enough of that torture.
Air is good, don't you think? Air's nice.
So he sabotaged the air in the community or something, and Detective dude is mad.
Advise.
Ooh, that's so cool. These actors are selling this so well that I really truly am so engaged with what's going on in this particular scene. I'm totally digging this. Oh no, it's going for the ship. Oh, oh. Why do I get this feeling that this episode's gonna end with this entire ship blowing up? Okay, that's visually awesome. Wow. Just like that. So these guys are just stuck there.
They nuked her. She's gone.
This guy's such a good actor, though. It's a shame I haven't seen him in other stuff. Well, at least I got that right. The end of the episode is a ship blowing up. All right, so I'm really impressed, and I'm so happy that this is now a new series that I'm interested in watching. And I see so far why a few of my friends that recommended this show to me were like on my butt about this for years, because it very much is reminiscent of the style that I love, especially the remake of Battlestar Galactica. It has a lot of that aesthetics a little bit. And I do see some stuff that remind me of other things. Like I said, there was a moment where it reminded me of The Fifth Element. I definitely love the cast. A lot of faces that I recognize, but just couldn't remember their names, so I'm obviously going to have to look up the names. And I don't even remember the character names. I just know right now, hottie number one is Stephen Strait's character, and he's a fantastic actor in general, and he's obviously a leading man in this series. And I'm excited to watch to see what more he has to offer as for his character. So the ones that we've been introduced to, and again, I apologize, I did not remember. I don't remember their names. Okay, so I'm just gonna go with, Detective Man for now, and then the next episode I will make sure to have their names down pat. I promise. So Detective Dude, like I said, a little bit cliche, the drunken detective that's kind of a badass, and he's got lots of demons in his closet. It's very standard, but the performance of the actor is decent enough for me to not care about that. It's intriguing to see this mystery that's somewhat... It's like one mystery with two different storylines geared towards it. So we have the detective who has been assigned to find this missing rich girl, and then you've got this crew that has landed where she was last seen or last heard, so to speak, and then there's a whole mystery of what's going on in that part of space. So now, thinking back at the actual description of this episode, or of the series itself, this big conspiracy, I'm going to just take my guess that it has to do with something of an alien nature. Because thinking back on that moment where at the beginning that missing girl sees this light, it looked like this fleshy thing or whatever. I'm going to go back and rewatch the episode because I really do want to see what that was, and then I'll have a better assessment going into episode 2. But from just memory right now, as I'm thinking in the moment, it seemed like some kind of creature or thing that was eating her, or eating something that looked like her. Since this is a reaction video to which I'm actually recording my reaction, in the moment, it's tough for me to want to not press pause and rewind and go back. But for the sake of giving you an authentic reaction, I won't do that. I'll just simply rewatch the episode so that I'm a bit more informed and feel like I kind of know where things are at as we dive into episode 2. So yeah, those are the main things that I really like so far. And of course, the cinematography. I love the variety of angles that the cameras would take to show us a perspective. You know, like that moment where um, those two guys were talking to each other through their space mask. I like that we're seeing them from the perspective of inside the mask rather than outside of it, which is the common thing you would see in a show like this. Also, it's very clear that the special effects, they've got a budget for that pilot episode. So it's going to be interesting, just like every other type of show where there's special effects. It's going to be interesting to see if by the end of the season, the quality of the visual aesthetics are actually top notch or they are a little bit poorer. So you'll hear me, of course, comment on that as we go. All right, so as for anything in particular that I didn't appreciate or didn't like, uh, it has nothing to do with the show. It's going to be on me at this point, to be very honest. I felt understanding the Belters was a little weird, but they made it obvious with the tattoos and somewhat of a. Now I don't know if this is a thing, but are they all tall and lanky looking? Because the two men that I saw that were Belters were tall and lanky, like, and then actually three men because we have that hostage, right? That prisoner, not hostage, that prisoner. And then there's the young woman here in on the crew. She seems tall and kind of lanky like. So I don't know if that's just that's part of their like you know a biological trait. So like I said, I'm gonna have to rewatch the episode to kind of catch up on things that I did miss as I was talking and or not paying attention or not really seeing it as it went on the screen so fast. But that's really the only thing. It's just a little bit of confusion about the Belters and the community itself. And this whole thing with the air quality in the stations, I get that. Um, that reminded me, actually, the whole thing with the air quality and stuff, that reminded me of Total Recall for a quick second. So that's what I love about science fiction in general. There's just so many elements of different things that we already know from pop culture. And I like that a show like this that seems very original are taking those original elements and kind of mashing it up to make a story that appeals to a wide audience that enjoys this kind of genre. All right, so that's all I have for you when it comes to The Expanse. I'm very excited to watch episode 2, and I hope you enjoyed this reaction. I hope it wasn't a little too annoying for some of you who understand the show, and maybe I commented on stuff that's way off, but if you're not new to my channel, you should know by now that I'm a little bit kind of okay. I don't know what that was, but I'm a bit quirky when it comes to how I react. And I also, too, want to make this an engaging video for you. So there is a little bit of sprinkles of extra Asha for you as I'm watching the show. And believe it or not, in real life, though, I'm like that when I watch stuff. I do kind of speak out loud, and people who are watching with me have to, like, pause it and tell me to shut up and then rewind. So I'm one of those people you don't want to go to the movies with. Anyways, I won't be going to the movies anytime soon anyway. Side thought. Alright, thank you so much for watching. You know what to do. Directions below on the screen, and I will see you next time. Peace. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos and subscribe. You know you wanna.